Hey everybody, it's Brandon with Brandonssurvivaloutdoors, and today we're talking about the edible medicinal red clover, so don't go anywhere. So, the red clover. What are the benefits of red clover? So I'm going to start out by saying that the red clover is an extremely healthy addition to your diet. You're not going to want to make it the bulk of what you're eating. We'll get to why in a minute. So red clover has two main power points as an anti-inflammatory and a detoxer. So as an anti-inflammatory, that's what you're going to use to treat arthritis, joint pain, coughs, asthma, menstrual symptoms, that sort of grind. As a detoxer, that's what you're going to use to treat your acne, eczema, and just open your bloodstream. So why not eat a whole bunch of it? Well, red clover contains isoflavones, which essentially act as estrogen enhancers. So if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you're just going to want to stay away from this completely. No matter who you are, you're not going to want to eat a whole ton of it. It's very healthy in small amounts, but if you eat it as the main course for every meal every day, you're going to get all messed up. We're working off the same principle that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, not 10 apples. You eat 10 apples and the doctor's going to come running. So, let's go and find some. Now, I did have to walk a little ways to find these, as clovers tend to prefer more open areas. The cool thing is that they're not particularly hard to spot, and where you find one, you usually find a few. I'm just going to pick a couple of them here. They're just flowers. You can just pick them. No fancy work necessary. So there are several good ways to prepare red clover. I'm going to show you two of the most common ways, raw and in tea. So I'm going to get a fire started, and then I'm going to show you how to eat them raw while the tea is simmering. So I'm just going to leave this on to boil for 5 minutes. I've got some big wet wood under there that I don't think will catch, so just kind of hold the pot. If it does start to catch, I'll just take the pot off, throw the wood in the fireplace, and put on a new piece of wet wood. So while we're waiting for our tea water to heat up, I'm just going to show you how to eat it raw. I've done this many times, it's very simple. You just take it and pull out these little purple petal things and eat them. The taste is really sweet. I really like it. I like to put them in my mouth with this little white part going first because that's where the sweetest part is. It's just such a good taste. I really like it. I could eat these all day. So our water's at a boil now. I'm just going to carefully take the lid off and throw in our little petals. Now I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to let it boil for about 2 minutes. And now I'm going to take it off the heat. And I'm just going to set it down and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Alright, I've got my tea here. It's an interesting kind of yellow-green color. I was expecting it to be more purple, because a lot of the pictures I've seen of this have been more purple. I expect that it will be more purple if you dried the leaves first. That's what a lot of people do. I did not, because in a survival situation, you're probably not spending your time drying leaves. As it's sitting longer, I'm starting to get this kind of browner tinge, browner yellow. Alright, so I'm going to try some now. Very hot. It tastes like clover. It's a little bit of a mellowed down version of clover. Kind of what you ought to expect, considering that it's clover boiled in water. So you know those fruit waters that they sell that are supposed to be like healthy for you? It tastes kind of like that. As far as teas go, I'd consider it a good tea. If you want to treat yourself for sickness, I think putting the clover in tea is definitely the way to go. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that you've learned some new stuff. Comment down below if you have. Just hit that subscribe button. Some folks say smash the subscribe button. I would highly not recommend doing that. You'll probably break your device. Share it with your friends. And I hope you'll join me again next time for Brandon's Survival Outdoors. Thanks so much for sticking with me.